All right, today we're moving on. We're still doing linear equations, so go on your EOC star chart to linear equations. So far, we have talked about slope-intercept form right here. Have we also learned standard form? Yes. We've also learned standard form. Today, we're moving on to point-slope form, which is this formula right here. So we're going to write that formula at the top of your notes. So the formula is y minus y1 equals m, open parentheses, x minus x1. All right, let's break this formula apart and talk about what each piece means. Does anybody see something in the formula and you're like, I think I know what that part is? What part do you think you know? The m. So what do y'all think this m is? Slope. That is your slope. All right. Now look at what it says right here. This is point slope form. So what do you think in this formula they give you? A point. They are going to give you an x, y. And where you get that from is this number right here is your x. So that's your x1. That's your point. That's your x value in your point. And this is your y value in your point. Now, what's the problem with these points? What do y'all see right here? So whatever this number is, if it says x minus 2, then the x value is actually opposite. It's going to be positive. Does that make sense? If it says x plus 2, then this number is going to be opposite, which is negative 2. Because the minus sign is coming from the formula, not the actual coordinate. Yes? So what you need to know is whatever these values are, it's the opposite of what they have there. Yes or no? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to write a linear equation in point-slope form given a point and a slope. All right. So here we go. Did they give us the slope? Did they give us 2 points? Let me see if I can lock this. I don't know why it keeps doing that. There we go. Okay, so the formula says you're going to do y minus. Then we're going to write the coordinate for y1. Well, this is x1 and this is y1. Yes? So what is that coordinate? So I'm going to put a box right here because this is going to be y1 and I'm going to put negative 3. Why did I put a box? Because I'm filling that in, just to show y'all. Equals, what comes next in the formula? The 2 for the slope. What comes next? What comes next? Open parentheses. X minus, and then I'm going to put a box to fill in my x1. What's my x1? 4. Now I'm just going to write this and make it look pretty. Can I have a double negative? So what do I have to do? So this is going to go like this and like that. And it's now going to become y plus 3 equals 2. Do I need to do anything here? No, we leave it because we want it to look like this. I could, yes, you're absolutely right. Did everybody hear that? Somebody said we could do the distributive property. Yes, you could, but this is point-slope form, and it's asking us to leave it in that form, so you don't go that far, okay? So can I do anything with this minus, or is it okay? There's no double negative, right? All right, so x minus 4. Does this look like point-slope form? Then I'm done. Now, let's talk about it. In point-slope form, this number is the what? The slope. Is that what we have right here? In point-slope form, this number is the y, but it's the opposite. Yes or no? So what's the opposite of 3? Is the y up here negative 3? All right, in point slope form, this number is the x, but opposite. Is this the opposite of the x? All right, do y'all see how point slope form works? Why would I ever want to use this? Could I graph with this? If somebody gave me this equation, could I graph with it? Yeah, I would need to get a point, put a dot, and then use the slope to go from there. Yes? All right, y'all want to try this one on your own? All right, you're following this formula right here, and you're plugging in your m, your x, and your y. Go. All right, let's see how you did. You should have done y minus, and the first number I'm going to drop in here is the y1. What was the y1? 1. Equals the slope, open parentheses, x minus, and I'm going to plug in the x1, which was, and now I'm just going to make it look good. Yes? Is there a double negative here? So I'm just going to write y minus 1 equals 3, open parentheses. Is there a double negative here? So I have to change, which is x plus 3. When you check yourself, you're looking, this is your slope. Did you get it? Yes? Okay, this is your x value, this is your y value, but the opposite, 1 and negative 1. This is your x value, but the opposite, 3 and negative 3. How do we do? Easy? All right, now we're going to learn to graph in point slope form. The first thing I would do is identify my slope. So what is my slope in this equation? 2/3. The next thing I would identify is my point, my coordinate. So I need an x and a y. Which one of these is going to be the x? This one right here. Since it's a minus 3, you write the opposite, which is positive 3. And you're going to go to your y value. Since it's positive 2, you're going to write the opposite, which is negative 2. Now that you have a point and a slope, can you graph? So where would you start? On the point. So you've got to go graph this point. So I'm going to go to 3, go down 2, and put a dot. And then my slope, since it's positive, I'm going to go up and right. So up 2, right 3. Do I need one more dot? Can I keep going up and right? So I'm going to go back to my original point and go down and left. So down 2, left 3. I need at least 3 points, and I have that. So now I just connect my dots, and that's my graph. Any questions? All right, you're going to try to graph the next one on your own. Remember, you need a slope and a point. Go. All right, what was your slope? I like that y'all said 3 over, because you know that when you're graphing with slope, you need a rise and a run, and if it doesn't have the run, you always put it over 1. Very good. All right, I need an x value. Since it's 3, I don't write 3, I write -3. I need a y value. Since it's -1, I write +1. And I go graph. So I start at -3, 1. And I'm going to rise up 3, right 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. Do I need any more points? No, but if I wanted more, I'd have to go down 3, left 1. Good? Turn the page. Now they want us to write an equation from the graph in point-slope form. Now, would stat help us with this? No, it wouldn't. The only thing stat might do is give us it would give us an equation, but not in point-slope form. It would give us an equation in slope-intercept form. So we could get the slope from stat, yes, but we wouldn't get a point. And so basically, it's not going to help you, but if you ever want to check your slope, you could use it. Yes? For point-slope form, what do you need? You need a slope and how many coordinates did they give you? Does it matter which one you use? So which one of those coordinates do you want to use? 1, 1. All right, now we need a slope. Well, the first thing I noticed is that this slope is negative, and I never want to forget that. Because how do I know this slope is negative? It's going down from left to right. All right, what's my rise? What's my run? What's 2 divided by 2? My slope is -1. All right, so I'm going to write an equation in point-slope form. So it's going to be y minus y1 equals m open parentheses x minus x1. So all I have to do now is plug those numbers in. All right, so here we go. I'm going to plug them in. Y minus, what's y1? Huh? I just need to drop that number right here. Okay, equals, what's my m? Open parentheses, x minus, and I need to drop this number right here. Done. There's no double negative, so I don't need to clean anything up. Okay, you try the next one on your own. For the sake that we all get the same answer, let's use the same point. So let's find the m. Everybody's going to find the m on their own. And the coordinate, which one of these do y'all want to use? -1, 3. So everybody use the same one so we get the same answer. Go. Check your slope. I don't think your slope's correct at all. What would that slope look like? Right? All right, let's do the rise. From here to here, what was my rise? 6. What was my run? 3. Is it positive or negative? Because it's going. All right, what's 6 divided by 3? So my slope is negative 2. All right, I'm going to plug into y minus y1 equals m, open parentheses, x minus x1. So I have y minus, what is y1? 3. Equals, what's my m? X minus, what's my x1? Is that good, or do I need to clean it up? I got to clean this up. I can't have double negatives. So my final answer is y minus 3 equals negative 2x plus 1. Again, you can check your work by saying, is negative 2 the slope? Yes. Is the x value opposite of 1? Yes. Is the y value opposite of negative 3? Yes. All right. The next part, use 2 points to write an equation in point-slope form. Again, we are not doing slope-intercept form. Does everybody understand? I know you've got that down. You could use stat, but right now we're using point-slope form. To have point-slope form, I need 2 things. I need a slope and a point. So you have to decide which of those points to use. But I would solve for slope first. Now, could you go to stat to get your slope? Yeah, absolutely, if you want to. Or you could use slope formula. Yes? What is slope formula? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, some of you were mixing up this formula and doing it wrong. So let's make sure you're good. This is an x1. This is a y1. It's never xx. This is x2, y2. So it's 12 minus 2 over 2 minus 7. What's 12 minus 2? What's 2 minus 7? And what's 10 divided by negative 5? Negative 2. Now, let's see. Could we have found the slope in stat? I could have gone to stat, edit, delete everything that's there. I could have put in 7, tabbed over to put in the next 2, and then 2 and 12, stat calc, and what was the slope? So if you want to use that to find slope, you are good to do that. Okay, you're going to get the same answer. All right, which one of these coordinates do we want to use? Which one? 7, 2? All right, now all we got to do is drop the numbers into point slope formula. So I'm going to do y minus my y coordinate. What's my y coordinate? 2. Equals my slope, open parentheses, x minus my x coordinate, which is 7. Questions? All right, I want to try the next one on your own? Go. Stat will be the safest thing to do for slope if you struggle. Check your slope with mine for the next one. Which one of these coordinates do y'all want to use? Huh? The first one? All right, let's use the first one just so we get the same answer. Could you get a correct answer using the other coordinate? Yeah, you could use the other one, that's fine. Okay, if you use the first coordinate, that's your answer. If you use the second coordinate, that's your answer. Both answers would be correct. Do you have to do both? No. All right, try the last one on your own.
Attendance, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, check your answer with mine. Either one of these answers would be correct. How'd we do? Any questions? All right, go to the back. The back's super easy. It basically gives you a table of coordinates and says, can this table be modeled by a linear equation? All it's asking is, would that make a straight line? Did y'all hear that? You didn't hear me? If you were to graph this, would it make a straight line? It says, can it be modeled by a linear, well, we know linear means? So could it be modeled by a straight line? So who could give me a strategy of how I could determine this? How could I determine if it would graph a straight line?
See if it has a constant of variation.
See if it has, instead of constant of variation, because constant of variation, you're on the right path, would be, is it proportional, and it would have to pass through 0. So you can still be a straight line and not pass through 0. So you're on the right path. See if it has the same slope. Okay, so all you have to do is check the slope here, check the slope here, check the slope here, check the slope here. If all the slopes are the same, then it's going to make a straight line. Yes? So, what's 350 minus 250? What's 6 minus 4? 2. What's 100 divided by 2? So the slope of these 2 points is 50. Do y'all agree? Do the next one. Because these are so easy, you can do them in your head. What's 450 minus 350? What's 8 minus 6? Do they have the same slope? So far, is it making a straight line? Yes. What's 550 minus 450? What's 10 minus 8? So 50. What's 650 minus 550? What's 12 minus 10? So would these dots make a straight line? Because the rate of change is 50 all the way across. Can this be modeled by a linear equation? Why? Same slope. If it had a constant, write it in point slope form. All right, well, pick a coordinate. Which one y'all want to use? All right, we're going to use that one. All right, so y minus, what's the y value? 250 equals, what was my slope? 50, open parentheses, x minus, what was the x value? Done. Could you write this in slope-intercept form? Yeah. All right, moving on to the next one. Would this one be modeled by a linear situation? Well, let's go figure it out. What's 5 minus negative 1?
6.
Thank you. 5 minus negative is really 5 plus. What's 4 minus 2? What's 6 divided by 2? So the slope of these two is 3. Are y'all with me? All right, now I'm going to find the slope of these two. What's 15 minus 5? What's 6 minus 4? What's 6 minus 4? What's 10 divided by 2? Do I have to keep going? Why? They don't have the same slope. Does the table have a rate of change? No.
Oh, no.
It does not, because it's constantly changing. There is none. Can the data be modeled by a linear equation? No. Why? Different slopes. And you don't have to do that because you can't write an equation if it's not linear. Yes? All right, let me pass out the assignment. All right, let's look at the assignment. At the top of your assignment, I want you to write the point slope form. So y minus y1 equals m, open parentheses, x minus x1. Write that at the top of your assignment. What does 1 through 6 say to do? Does it say write an equation? It says find the... Where can you do that at?
Stat.
You absolutely can use stat and just put m equals.
Oh, that's it.
That's all it says to do. So could you use stat on those? Yes. Now for 7 through 12, it says write an equation in point slope form of the line that passes through the given point. Make sure that you clean it up if there's double negatives. For example, number 9, you can already see that there's going to be a double negative because there's a negative in a coordinate. That means it's going to be a minus minus. So you will have to clean it up. Make sense? All right, at the bottom, graph the equation. Well, what do you need to graph an equation? You need a slope and a point. What's the slope of 13? 2. What's the x value? Why is it 1 and not negative 1? Because it's the opposite. What's the y value? 4. So all you have to do is go graph that. So here's 1, 4. My rise is going to be 2. What's my run going to be? Do I have room to go up and right? No. So I must go down and left. So down 2, left 1. How many points do I want? Down 2, left 1. Am I good? Can I just move on? I have to connect the dots or it's not a line. Questions on that part? Okay, flip to the back. You don't have to do 19 through 21 because we're already doing, 6 of those on the front? You are going to do 22 through 27. You're going to write an equation. Well, to write an equation, now, guys, I want it in point slope form. I do not want it in slope-intercept form. If you put a y equals mx plus b, it's going to be wrong. Does everybody understand? So I need a slope. Can I use stat to get the slope? Yes, you can. So my slope of 22 is, what's my rise? 1, 2, 3, 4. What's my run? What's 4 divided by 2? There's my slope. Then all you need is one of those coordinates. Will all of our answers match? So when I make my key, I'm going to have to make 2 answers for it. Yes? All right, you only need 1. So I'm going to use 0, 1. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to write. And I'm going to put my answer right here. Y minus 1 equals 2x minus 0. There's that answer. You need a slope and a point. All right, turn the page. Take off 30 and 31 since I didn't give y'all any room. And take off 33. Does that look fair? All right, you better do 32, A, B, C, and D. Since it's point slope form, they're going to give you the slope and they're going to give you a point. Okay? Get busy.